This silence wasn't absence. It was alignment. That strange moment when the animal locked eyes with you, that wasn't coincidence. That was creation whispering, "We see you." Was it just a bird? Or was it a messenger? Was it merely a butterfly? Or the spirit brushing past your pain? Was it a stray dog following you? Or was heaven assigning guardianship to your soul? Because those who are chosen are never truly alone. Even when the world forgets your name, creation remembers your light. Stay until the end, because what you'll hear today may finally explain why animals approach you without reason, why your presence draws the silent ones near, and why, before man ever affirmed you, nature already bowed. Welcome to Chosen One's Prophecy, where the hidden are revealed and the marked are gathered. Romans 8:19 says, "Creation waits with eager longing for the revealing of the sons of God." Creation isn't just reacting, it's prophesying. And if you felt seen by the eyes of animals more than the eyes of people, you're not imagining it, you're awakening. Stay, because the signs you're about to recognize may rewrite your entire story. The silent recognizers. Why animals see what humans can't. Creation has always seen what man ignores. From the beginning, the earth was not just formed, it was witnessed. When God spoke light into being, the trees, the winds, the creatures, they listened. They were there when Adam breathed his first breath. They knew what it meant to be marked by God. And they still know. Animals do not follow logic. They follow frequency. Your spirit, once touched by the hand of the Most High, emits something that nature cannot ignore. While people may walk past you blind to your purpose, a bird may pause, a dog may follow, a cat may sit near your feet and say nothing because it doesn't have to. Creation knows the scent of a soul set apart. You thought it was a coincidence, but they were responding to a signal you didn't even know you were sending. You weren't ignored, you were being confirmed. Silently. Have you ever asked why these creatures approach when no one else sees you? What if they're not just animals? What if they're witnesses? The divine marking. You were noticed. Before you knew, long before you had words for your pain, heaven had a name for your purpose. You were not marked when you succeeded. You were marked when you survived. Chosen ones often experience spiritual interaction before they understand it. A child who is comforted by animals. A teenager who feels safer in nature than among people. An adult who senses a presence in silence that no one else acknowledges. This is divine marking. Jeremiah 1:5 says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." That setting apart, it's not symbolic. It's spiritual branding. And when that mark is placed upon your soul, all of heaven and all of creation responds. You weren't rejected. You were hidden. You weren't forgotten. You were sealed. That cat that lingered. That bird that circled above your head. That dog that followed without a bark. These were not emotional moments. They were spiritual timestamps. Proof that your calling was already echoing through the natural realm. But if you've been marked, why does it often feel like no one sees you? Hidden in plain sight. The season of obscurity. Obscurity is not punishment. It's preparation. Every chosen one walks through a season where they are buried, not because they are dead, but because they are seated. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness before the bush burned. David was left with sheep while his brothers were brought before the prophet. Joseph was thrown in a pit by his own blood before his dream ever touched daylight. And you've known that silence. But while humans turned their eyes away, creation leaned in. A white dove flying overhead during your grief, a dragonfly landing during your heartbreak, a horse appearing in a season when your strength was running out. These weren't escapes from your pain. They were confirmations in the midst of it. You are seen, they said without words. You are not forgotten. Because in the Spirit, heaven often speaks through what man would consider simple, and it's in the silence where God often speaks the loudest. The fire and the forge. Why pain drew witnesses. Every fire that tried to burn you was actually refining you. Chosen ones do not simply carry purpose, they carry weight, and that weight is forged through betrayal, abandonment, delay, and spiritual warfare. You weren't cursed, you were tempered. Job lost everything, not because he was unrighteous, but because heaven had trusted him to carry the story. Esther was orphaned and hidden before she was crowned. Joseph's chains were not evidence of defeat, but of direction. And in your own fire, your losses, your nights of weeping, your silence, you were never alone. Sometimes you didn't know how you made it through, but then came the owl in the dark, the dove at the window, the dog at your side, not to save you, but to watch the forging. These moments were a spiritual surveillance. Heaven sent watchers to testify that the fire did not consume you. It purified you. And now, the heat has passed, but the imprint remains. You are no longer just a person. You are a vessel shaped in flame. If this resonates, comment 4424 now as a prophetic sign that your spirit is still listening and receiving. And ask yourself, if pain brought such divine witnesses, what else has been watching your growth? Darkness confrontation. Why hell targeted you. Early, the enemy doesn't waste resources on the uncalled. If you were attacked young, misunderstood, silenced, violated, cast out, it wasn't because of your weakness, it was because of your potential. Satan sees the scroll before you read it, and he launches warfare before you know you're a weapon. Jesus was hunted before he spoke a word in public. Moses was targeted at birth. Joseph's coat was torn from him, not because it was colorful, but because it symbolized favor. And you, your early trauma, spiritual confusion, rejection. It was all hell's attempt to abort your assignment, but it failed. Because what was meant to kill you only trained you to see in the dark. That's why the owl watches you at night, not in fear, but in fellowship. It recognizes a kindred soul, one who has walked through shadow and come out seeing. And the darkness knows it can't touch you the same anymore. You've been fortified, you've been armed, and what once chased you will now bow to the authority you carry. The rise of supernatural awareness. Waking your spiritual senses. When the physical world feels dim, it's often because the spiritual is trying to speak louder. You've started sensing things before they happen, feeling weight in rooms others call light, drawing animals without understanding why. You're not going crazy, you're coming online. Like Elisha's servant whose eyes were open to see angelic armies. Your vision is shifting from natural to divine. That hummingbird that hovered near your heart during heartbreak? That wasn't coincidence. That was heaven whispering, you still carry beauty. You still carry joy. Spiritual senses awaken in seasons of obedience. You're not being haunted, you're being honed. But with sight comes responsibility. You must now walk as one who sees. Heaven's assignment. Why the signs were sent to you. Every encounter was a rehearsal for your release. Those 9 animals weren't decorations, they were declarations. Each one appeared to say, "You're ready." The eagle to call you higher, the dove to promise peace, the dog to prove loyalty, the butterfly to reveal metamorphosis, the cat to confirm wisdom, the horse to activate strength. They were not just coming to you, they were being drawn by you. Heaven has assigned you, and creation was sent to confirm the commission. Your next step isn't survival, it's assignment. The kingdom needs what you carry. The earth groans for what you haven't yet released. Will you answer? The remnant recognizes the signs. You are not alone. You are not the only one receiving signs. All across the earth, chosen ones are waking up, seeing the patterns, remembering the moments, connecting the dots. You are part of a prophetic remnant, hidden for years, now rising like smoke from sacred embers. And when you speak, the others recognize you. This is not isolation, it's identification. You belong to a family of fire-tested, heaven-marked messengers who were never meant to blend in. You were always meant to stand out. And now, the remnant is finding one another. The Echo Activation. You are the sign now. The signs brought you here, but now you are the sign. Creation once watched you. Now it will follow you. You have become the one who carries presence, the one who brings peace, the one who calls others higher. Like Moses' staff, your authority is no longer hidden. Like David's harp, your sound is now needed. Like Esther's voice, your yes is deliverance for many. You are no longer just a witness to miracles. You are one, and your life will echo through generations. You weren't being followed. You were being found. Creation did not wander into your life by chance. It was summoned by your spirit's awakening. Before your eyes opened to who you were, the earth already knew. The eagle saw your height before you ever flew. The dog felt your loyalty before you even understood covenant. The butterfly danced around your death because it already saw your resurrection. You were not delayed. You were disguised, hidden in plain sight, preserved for a prophetic hour such as this. You are not merely someone who encountered signs. You are the sign, a living, breathing scroll, written in pain, sealed in fire, and now ready to be read by the world. You are a chosen one, marked in silence, forged in storms, and now commissioned in clarity. You have been recognized, you have been refined, and now you are being released. If this message stirred something ancient inside you, comment 7-F as a sacred witness that your confirmation has come. Tell us what part awakened you, which animal appeared, what moment broke you, or built you. And if your spirit knows this is home, subscribe to Chosen One's Prophecy and take your place among the rising remnant. You are not alone. You are the next echo.